In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix sciatica pain at home. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to focus on getting quick sciatica pain relief. And to make this easy, I'm going to break this video up into 3 separate parts. Each part will focus on a different way, a different method to get sciatica pain relief. In the first part, we're going to focus on taking pressure off spinal discs that might be bulging or herniating off to one side, pinching a nerve, causing that sciatic leg pain. In the second part, we're going to focus on lengthening the sciatic nerve pathway to reduce stress and tension on the nerve. In the last part, we're going to focus on strengthening everything that supports the spine. So hopefully you'll have a lot less instances of sciatica in the future. All of these exercises work just a little bit differently. So to get the best results, go through all 3 parts and exercises and use what gives you the most amount of relief. As a bonus, all of these exercises are easy. They don't require any equipment, and you may find give quick sciatica pain relief even within 30 seconds. So let's get started and fix that sciatica pain at home right now. One of the most effective ways to treat sciatica is through the process of centralization. The most common cause of sciatica is a compressed disc in the lumbar spine that tends to bulge or herniate off to one side. This pinches a nearby nerve, causing traveling or radicular pain down the leg. So what we need to do is unpinch that nerve by decompressing or taking pressure off of that spinal disc. When that happens, the body is put into a position that it can heal itself, and you'll start to notice an upward trend of leg pain known as centralization. So let's go through different positions, movements, and exercises and see if we can get some centralization. This first one is the easiest, and I do recommend this one when you have severe sciatica or lower back pain. It's called a back reset position. Pretty easy to do. You're going to lie flat on your back next to a couch. You can also use a chair. Put a small rolled up towel or pillow underneath the small of the lower back for a little bit more support. But I try to scoop my bottom towards the couch or the chair and then just have my feet elevated like this. Generally in this position, you're going to find a lot of quick relief. Look for that upward trend, that centralization of leg pain. At that point, you know it's working for you. But I try to do this one for about 3 to 5 minutes and just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. The more you relax into this position, the better results you're going to get. Grab a book, use your phone, just anything that clears your mind. To take this one to the next level, instead of just going straight with it, angle your upper body through your hips and through your waist towards one side. This will help open up the back just a little bit differently. So experiment going all the way towards the left. Experiment going all the way towards the right. If you notice any of those positions are centralizing that pain and giving you more relief, you want to spend more time in that position. So 2 easy exercises that you can do that have a great track record for centralization and overall sciatica pain relief are the yoga poses, the child's pose, and the cobra. I'm going to start with the cobra. So this one, you're going to start lying on your stomach on the floor. You're going to support your upper body weight onto your forearms just like this. I like to put them in a V shape and put my hands together. The key with the cobra is not to lift up on the hips during this exercise. So make sure that your hips all the way down to your toes are kept flat. Instead, the movement is going to be through the back. This puts the back through a motion called extension, which helps take pressure off of it. In this position, I feel a gentle stretch in my back, my core muscles going into my hips and the front part of my legs. I try to hold this one comfortably for about 30 seconds. Just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let that tension out. If this becomes too easy, what you can do is the full cobra. So instead of going on our forearms, we're going to put our hands off to our side and then press up just like this. The more you press up, the more intense the stretch. So again, go to your comfort level. Make sure what we're seeing is centralization, not causing any more traveling pains down the leg. And make sure to keep those hips on the floor as much as possible. But I try to do this one for about 3 to 5 complete repetitions. From there, I'm going to build into what is known as the child's pose. So this one, we're going to go on our knees just like this. You might want to put a pillow or towel underneath them too for just a little bit extra comfort. But this one is very easy too. What I'm going to do is tuck my chin towards my chest, reach with my arms kind of about shoulder width apart, grip into the floor with my fingers, and crawl forward as much as I can until I feel a very gentle stretch forming in my back. From there, I'm going to rock my whole body backward, kind of like taking my butt down towards my heels. What this will do is help put a pulling motion, known as traction, into the lower back. It usually feels really, really good. Again, I try to do this one for about 30 seconds. Just do nice, slow, controlled breathing again. When you need a breather, just come back like this. On the next repetition, try to build into it even more. The focus is trying to open up those joint spaces to get more centralization. What you can do to take these movements to the next level too is, instead of going straight forward, angle your body off to one side. It will help open up the back just a little bit differently. So experiment with going all the way towards the left, go all the way towards the right. If one position feels a little bit better for you, you're getting more centralization, throw more repetitions in. And you can also do the same with doing the cobra, going off to one side. The most effective standing sciatica pain relief exercise that I found is the McKinsey wall lean. We just need to go next to a wall for this one. The hardest part about this exercise is just knowing what side to put next to that wall. Remember to put the good or non-painful side towards that wall. So I'm going to have very good standing upright posture. Let's put our feet together roughly a foot, foot and a half away from that wall. That way we have enough space in between us that we can lean into the wall with our upper body. We want our upper body flush against it. So double check to make sure that your wrist, your elbow, and shoulder are flush against it during this exercise at all time. We don't want to lift up on the shoulder or have any space in between us, just like this. So once we're in that position, I'm going to take the hand on the painful side, I'm going to press into that painful side's hip, and then I'm going to drive the non-painful side towards the door, or I should say the wall. When you do this, go into it very, very slowly. You do not want to do any sudden movements that can cause irritation, and you do not want to go to the point where it is causing irritation or even more traveling pain down that leg. If you start to feel agonizing pain, back off a little bit, go right before that point and build into it through repetitions. But once we feel a very comfortable stretch, what we're going to look for at that point is that upward trend of pain, that centralization. If that's happening, you know this is helping you. So hold this one for 30 seconds, do nice, slow, controlled breathing, just relax into this movement. When you need a breather, just come back like this. But I try to build into this one over the course of 3 to 5 repetitions. Another great method to get rid of sciatica pain is by actively lengthening the sciatic nerve pathway. That way we're taking tension, stress, and pressure off of that nerve. I call this the 2-chair floss. I'm just going to be using 2 chairs, one without wheels. So what I'm going to do is sit with very good upright posture. Whatever side that you're having pain, straighten that leg at the knee as much as possible. Bring your foot up, rested on the chair. If this position right here is not comfortable for you, you can do this at the edge of a chair with your legs straight and your heel just on the floor. You might find that that's a little bit more comfortable, and if you're able to, then progress into this one. So let's start with the beginner's floss. What I'm going to do is just take my foot and slowly point my toes away from me as much as I can until you start to feel an activation into the calf, towards the knee, into the thigh right here, towards the butt, and then towards the back. You really want to focus on activating those muscles as much as you can, but not to the point where it's causing agony or more traveling pain. If that's the case, back off slightly, go before that point, and build into it through repetitions. I'm going to hold this one comfortably for 5 seconds. From there, I'm just going to relax and now bring my toes back towards me. So essentially, we're flossing that nerve through this movement. Bring those toes back as much as you can. You're going to notice that the leg gets hit just a little bit differently. 5-second hold, relax, and then repeat this whole cycle for 10 to 15 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Really challenge those muscles. If you feel like this really helped out, you can throw in another set or 2 or do this throughout the day for sciatica pain relief. But let's experiment with different positions and take this one to the next level. So what I'd like to do is mimic my head movement with my foot movement while doing this. It just hits it a little bit differently. So as you point your toes away from you, what you're going to do is tuck your chin towards your chest. You'll feel a little bit more of an intense stretch forming. 5-second hold, I'm going to relax. And now I'm going to bring my toes back towards me, and then I'm just going to put my head into extension, a backward movement like this. If you feel like this one hits it just a little bit better, gives you better results, focus on doing this movement instead. You can take this one to even the next level by doing what is called a sciatic slump stretch. This one's going to be a very intense stretch. So with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck my chin towards my chest until I feel a stretch in my back, and then I'm going to slump forward with my shoulders and body weight until I really feel it in the lower back. From here, what I'm going to do is bring my toes back towards me. This really intensifies that stretch. Hold this one for about 5 seconds, and then you're just going to relax. But you can also experiment with that flossing motion during this. So point your toes away from you, and then point them towards you. If you feel like this one hits it a little bit better, do more of that motion. It's all about finding the movements and positions that give you the most amount of relief. But go through all of those. Try to do them for about 10 to 15 repetitions, and you can throw in another set or two if you would like. The great part about this exercise is that if you do have two-sided sciatica, you can do both legs at the same time. One of the best, but probably the most overlooked way to treat sciatica is with strengthening exercises. It doesn't matter what miracle stretch or exercise you do. If your back is weak and cannot support the spine, it won't matter. You will always be prone to further injury. So I want to go over 2 strengthening exercises that are very back friendly. That is, we're not going to put the back into any odd positions, twisting motions, anything like that. The first one is called a bridge. It's going to focus more on the legs, the glutes, the buttock, and also the back. The other one is known as a bird dog, so it's going to focus more on the core. When you put both of those together, you'll get the best of both worlds. With the bridge, start off lying on your back. You can do this one in bed or on a floor. What I'm going to do is have my knees bent, feet flat. I'm going to tighten my core for a little bit more support, and then take my hands, place them onto my hips, just like this. The movement from here is very easy. I'm driving my hips and pelvis up towards the ceiling until my body is in a nice straight line, from my knees to my hips to my shoulders. If you're unable to get into this position, let's say that this is as far as you can go because you're just having a lot of weakness, do the best you can. Over time, you will notice that you'll gain strength and flexibility to get into this position. Also, you might have pain with this movement. So if that's the case, go right before that point, and then over time, you should notice that you again will have more flexibility to be able to get into this position. But in this position right here, I feel a ton of muscles firing. My core muscles, my lower back, the glutes, and my legs. I hold this one comfortably for 5 seconds. From there, I'm just going to relax, and then I'm going to repeat this one 10 to 15 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. You can make this one more challenging by lifting up on one leg and putting all of your body weight off to one side. Just make sure when you do this that your body does not tilt. So you want to keep your hips and pelvis even. But whatever you do on one side, always make sure to do on the other side to keep them both in balance. You can take this one to the next level too by targeting muscles just a little bit differently with different foot placements. So what I'm going to do is angle my toes up towards the ceiling and put my leg weight into my heels, drive it into the floor, and then do this same movement. You'll notice the muscles just get hit a little bit differently. Give that one a try. You can also experiment with going on your toes just like this. If any of those movements feel like they're giving you better results, at that point, throw more repetitions in and focus on that. So moving on to the dead bug, this one can also be done lying on your back in a bed or on a floor. What I'm going to do is raise my legs up, knees pointed up towards the ceiling, and the knees will be bent roughly at 90 degrees. You want to tighten your core muscles during this exercise for a little bit more support. The movement is very straightforward. What I'm going to do is take one leg, straighten my knee, and then lower my leg down very slowly. You want to do this one nice and slow. Really focus on fighting your leg weight. Go down until your heel and calf are hovering right above the floor. You don't want to let them touch. If they do, just come back up very slightly. But in this position, you're going to feel a ton of muscles firing in the back and also around the core. Really focus on feeling that. Hold this one comfortably for 5 seconds. You're just going to relax, and then you're going to repeat it on the other side. You want to do this one nice and slowly for about 10 to 15 repetitions. To make it more challenging, you can throw in another set or two, or take it to the next level by using an ankle weight for more resistance to build more muscle. If the exercise has helped, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.